On an electrifying night on Garden Ice, the fans fervent in their welcome home, and the Rangers return the love and a little bit of hate at the end as well. 2-1 the final over the Arizona Coyotes inside our Delta MSG studios at the Garden. John Giannone alongside Henrik Lundqvist. Steve Valiquette will join us from ice level in a moment. New York's Hank is nothing except a big moment city, and this was a game that featured quite a few.
Yeah, very strong, solid performance for 60 minutes for the Rangers, but it was 3 moments, I thought, when it was a couple seconds to go, but in my mind, 4 moments that sticks out. Penalty kill, end of the second, the big game-winning goal, and the big save from Shesterkin, obviously. But I want to add the feisty finish as well. That's what really sticks out to me in this game.
Yeah, you were on the edge of your seat. You wanted to jump out there for a minute.
Well, it's always a good feeling to get involved with, especially when you win. Because then you can laugh it off in the locker room afterwards. When you lose a game like this and you end with a fight and high emotions, is something that bothers you a little bit extra in the locker room afterwards.
You could see it as they walked off the ice behind us, some enthused Rangers after the 2-1 win. Let's bring in Steve Valiquette from Ice Level. Valley, it was a huge moment late in the second into the third. Henrik, for 15 years, used to say to me, it's a game of special teams. And what the Rangers did down 2 men and then later on up a man was extraordinary. Let's start with the 3-on-5 and how they were able to kill it off.
Yeah, I think the overarching theme for me there is you have the desire to kill it. That comes from your head, but the determination comes from your heart. Everybody just laid out to get this job done tonight, and to be able to get over that hurdle in this hockey game and be able to play in a way that they expect. You can't lose 2 games to start the season against teams that aren't expected to make the playoffs this year. So you can imagine the urgency for the Rangers to kill this penalty. This 5-on-3 was the game. It's at the end of the second period, and you can see Igor's overall presence. He had so much confidence in the crease that he left the crease to make contact. Being able to play with that emotion and that passion, I feel like that really helps the Killers, because everybody's bought in, everybody feels like they can get this job done, and then get into the second intermission and be able to breathe easy before coming out in the third period. But the PK, one more time, getting a second look at this, it's very impressive the way they were compact at the 5-on-3, and they didn't overstretch themselves, they didn't run themselves out of position. The east to west pass wasn't there for the Arizona Coyotes.
It was such a big moment too, because just 30 seconds earlier, Panarin was on his way for a breakaway, right? And get blocked by the referee, and then the play goes back in their own end and you get 2 penalties. So you felt in that moment, if they can just figure this one out and make sure they don't get hurt, they can really take advantage of that momentum swing. But it was a crucial moment of the game. Yeah,
as Michael Pekka, the assistant coach, told me between periods, the Rangers' ability to get sticks in passing lanes was a huge part of that 2-man disadvantage kill. That set the stage for the third period. 1-1 more than midway through the third, Steve, and with the Rangers on the power play, about 8.5 minutes left, a deflection in front might have gone off one of the Coyotes' players, but it certainly did touch the stick of Vincent Trocheck.
Look, you get the benefit of the broken play when you have the presence that the Rangers had in front of the goaltender, Ingram. When you have Kreider and Trocheck willing to be there, but they also know they're safe to be there. We talked a lot about this after game number 1 against Buffalo. There's a trust built up. The Rangers understand that. 3 elite passers in Panarin, Fox, and Zibanejad off the flanks, and the shot's going to get through. These guys know the importance of elevating it, setting up a screen. There was a lot of deception in Panarin's release. And yes, Trocheck is the beneficiary, but these guys understand that they're safe in front. I can't get that point across clearly enough. They feel secure being there longer. They're still getting whacked and hacked. It's not as aggressive as it was 20 years ago as far as cross checks from behind. But these guys know they're safe there because the guys delivering on the flanks and Panarin up top keep them safe and honest.
And in a game like this, obviously 5-on-5, it was pretty hard for both teams to create big chances. So you knew special teams will play a huge part. And watching Phoenix versus the Rangers tonight on special teams, especially on the power play, the passing from the Rangers was so crisp. But that's how I judge a great power play. It's how they pass the puck. Pass the puck so you're able to receive and pass again or shoot one time. But it's always crisp. And with Phoenix, a couple times, especially on that 5-on-3, they didn't look as confident. So to me, that really sticks out when you watch the Rangers play on their power play. Just the confidence and how well they pass the puck.
So Trocheck from between the circles gets his first goal of the season on the tip, and that was the difference in a 2-1 win. Let's hear from Vincent Trocheck in the Rangers dressing room. Michelle Gingras spoke with him.
Felt like this game had a little bit of everything tonight. How do you assess this one overall?
But the first two periods we could have been better. We were a little lax with the puck, making a couple bad decisions with the puck at the blue lines. But I think overall, defensively, our game's been really solid. Obviously, Shesty made some really big saves. PK was huge, big 5-on-3. And we found a way to win. That's all that really mattered. How
much momentum did you generate from that 5-on-3, and just how impactful was Igor Shesterkin's play throughout that period?
Yeah, 5-on-3 was huge for our momentum. I think it got us going a lot. Obviously, Shesty's been Shesty for a few years now, and he makes unbelievable saves night after night. But tonight, a few of them were extremely impactful.
3 goals in a row for your team on the power play. What's been working so well there?
I think it's just, Mika, Brett, and Foxy are moving a lot up top, and they're creating a little bit of confusion for the PK. And then I think after that, it's just simplicity. I think we're shooting a lot more pucks, getting pucks back, playing a little bit more like a 5-on-5 mentality.
Just lastly, some post-game activity. What happened there?
I'm not really sure what started it all. I think Lindy saw one of their guys was just right in front of Shesty, and he was trying to get him out of the way, and then just started a little bit of a group hug.
Thank you.
What's the feeling for you guys when the penalty shot's happening, and especially knowing you have Igor there? He looks very calm in those situations. Are you calm?
No, I'm not. I don't usually watch, but you can kind of almost say that I'd rather them have a penalty shot than a power play. 2 minutes can create a lot of momentum, and we have a guy like Shesty back there. He's going to save most of those. So a little bit more calm with him than you would be with most.
That's awesome. I usually don't watch, but Igor Shesterkin is 4 of 4 now in his career in penalty shots. And the crucial moment, Steve, came with 4:48 remaining. Jason Zucker brought down as he headed to the net. And as you heard Trocheck say, I think I'd rather watch a penalty shot than a power play. Igor Shesterkin rose to the occasion.
Why can't he just watch Igor do his job? Come on, we know he's going to make a save there. He's a money goalie, and this is the true definition of it. Time of the game, score of the game, and you have to come up with a play that ends the game. Igor's approach is really natural, too. He starts straight up and down on this breakaway, and at first the pull down, Zucker comes down, and again, I don't mind the play because it was a play that had to get made. The penalty call correct, and I like the fact here that Igor, he knows what his gap is, guys. When he starts backing up, it's when Zucker crosses the top of the circles, and by the time Zucker gets to the top of the hash there, Igor's still at the top of his crease, and he really imposes his will. And Hank, he has that look that you had. I used to look at you every day and try and figure out how you were so consistent at stopping breakaways in practice. I always felt like you were hovering over the shooter, and he had that look to him. There was no low blocker there. He completely took it away, and Zucker's he's got a good shot far low blocker side, and there wasn't anything there because of the amazing gap control that Shesterkin had.
Yeah, he was definitely on his toes. That's where you want your balance on a breakaway penalty shot. And for any goalie, when the game is on the line and you're able to come up with a save like that, it's huge for your confidence. You can really feel like you're making a difference. Every player makes difference in different ways of blocking shots. Obviously, for a goalie, you want to make the big save when it matters. 4.5 minutes to go, penalty shot doesn't get much bigger than that. So great for his confidence. I thought he looked really solid throughout the game.
Yeah, 26 saves for Igor Shesterkin, the first star of the night, his second win of the season, 60th win on home ice in his young career, and it came at a time where the Rangers rejoiced. And as Vincent Trocheck described it, a group hug at minute 60 of a 2-1 win.